Hello, everybody out there in the world. Welcome to Community Talk. This is Demetrius' office. I want to talk to you about the Salvation Army today. It's just me by myself in studio, and our team here knows that I can just talk on and on and on about the Salvation Army. And so I want to share some things with you that's personal to me. That's currently happening in your Salvation Army. I say your Salvation Army is because this is yours. You know, I sit as the chairman of the Salvation Army here in Enid, Oklahoma, but I work for you guys out here. I want to make sure that I know what your heartbeat is like in our community. I want to make sure that I'm serving you the best in this community. And so I wanted to share with you guys some of the things that is progressing in your Salvation Army, some of the things that you can get behind, some of the things that you can support, some of the things that pulls at your heart from time to time, so you understand the magnitude of what our mission is all about at the Salvation Army. And so just last night, I wanted to share a few stories with you guys. Just last night, I received a phone call from a young lady, and this young lady was in emotionally distraught, and come to find out that last night, her and her 12-year-old son was homeless, just last night. And through the resources of the Salvation Army, we was able to accommodate her and her son, keep them together first and foremost. And as you know, it was a very cold winter day yesterday in the 30s or below. And that's just not a situation that you would want to find yourself in. And so it was unfortunate that she found herself in that. Well, throughout some of the things that we've been doing in our community, our board members that serves on this Salvation Army advisory board, some of the radio splashes, the television, this channel, this avenue here, the word gets out. The word gets out of the great work that we do, and it certainly made its way to the hearts of this individual last night that phoned me over a terrible situation last night. And through the resources of the Salvation Army, we were able to find shelter for her through our programs. We was able to feed these two individuals and make sure that they were very well cared for, taken care of, and wasn't in need for anything last night. And I wanted to share that with you today. I wanted to take the time to share that with you today so you understand the magnitude of what's happening right now, what's happening today. Another event that I wanted to share with you is our Spruce Up a Life and Angel Tree program. We had a concert in the mall just recently, a few weeks ago, and what I love about it so much is we had a lot of partnerships with Enid Public Schools and different organizations around the community who, when they hear the name Salvation Army, there's a certain glow that perks up inside of them. There's a certain feeling that resonates inside of them when they hear the Salvation Army. And when we reached out to these agencies, they were more than happy and willing to lend a hand and show support in whatever we needed at the Salvation Army. And so this past holiday concert, we had the jazz choir, the Enid High Jazz Choir, performing in the Oakwood Mall. And those folks at the Oakwood Mall has been gracious supporters of the Salvation Army for many, many, many years now. And we wanted to say thank you to the staff at Oakwood Mall for accommodating the Salvation Army through this holiday season. We also want to say thank you to the Enid Public Schools, in particular our superintendents and our band directors, for providing the support, the moral support, the spiritual support, the family support for our programs. So we serve a lot of families throughout this time of the year, and this can't be done without the help of our local community and our local agencies supporting us and understanding what mission we have going forward for the Salvation Army. And so we had awesome performances. We had awesome and awesome attendance in the Oakwood Mall. But the biggest thing that struck my heart, there's always the time where in the mall, if you haven't been by the mall, you want to go by the mall because this is the time of year where we have our Spruce Up a Life and Angel Tree program that's going on in the malls. And in our Angel Tree programs, these are little angels, and these angels can range in the ages of, 2 years old to all the way to 13, 14, 15 years old. And they qualify for our kind of support, our love. And so they make their wish lists, their Christmas lists, and they fill out these little angels of what they want, maybe a bike or a Barbie or clothes or shoes or football or wherever that's in their little tiny great hearts that they want. And our community shows up and it shows out. It's unbelievable how much response that we get from our community that looks for families, that looks for small kids, that looks for teenagers that they can support on every social media outlet. It comes in waves to us of the support, the community showing that sort of support. And so we were able to get a ton of kids taken care of this year. We also have a Silver Bells program that we was able to get a ton of our seniors support for this year. And the gifts and the love, it just keeps pouring into the doors even today. We have our people set up at the mall right now. So if you want to go swing by the mall at any point, go by the mall, check out our setup and ask questions about the Angel Tree program, the Spruce Up a Life program, and see what great opportunity is out there for you to support a local family in our community. I want to remind you guys, as a chairman, my job as the chairman of the Salvation Army is to let you know that 82 cents on a dollar stays right here in this community. It's my goal is to inform you exactly where that 82 cents on the dollar is going. And we make a promise that we want to show you how far we're stretching your dollars into supporting this community, because it's very important to me to do that. And so at this point, I wanted to share with you guys some of the many different programs. I know coming onto the Salvation Army Board of Advisors several years ago, there was a lot that I was brand new about. There was a lot of things that I didn't know. There was a lot of things that really shocked me to my core, and that which led me to be sitting here talking to you guys today. And I want to share some of those things with you. In this holiday season, this is the month where it is one of my favorite times of the year. But this is also one of the times of the year that is also a heart-wrenching time of the year. It's a favorite time of the year because this resembles love, support, family, togetherness, charity. You're finding that peace, that opportunity in your heart to find a family member or a friend to look out for. And it's a giving season that just makes it all the more worth it in many people's eyes and hearts. But this is also a time where we know that as the temperatures drop, our elderly suffer a lot. As the temperatures drop, families, there's a certain stress or strain on that family, and we need to beef up our resilience and our attention to some of those opportunities. And so I wanted to give you an opportunity to be informed. To be informed with what is happening at our Salvation Army, how you can get involved, how you can show your support. And it's not even just from a financial standpoint. When I joined the advisory board, I didn't have a lot of financial support that I can attribute to this mission. But what I did have, which is more valuable, the most valuable commodity, is my time. And so whether that be 5 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, ringing bells today, your time is the most precious thing that you can give. And if that's all you can give, if that's all you have to give, I want to encourage you guys to make a pact with us and join forces with my team, join forces with me to eradicate some of the things that's plaguing our community today. And so today, I want to give you a praise report first. Today, we have in our Spruce Up a Life in our Angel Tree program, we've in an Angel Tree program, what that program is designed for is for us to purchase trees at wholesale from a local partner and then have those trees for sale for businesses or families or individuals if they want to come in and sponsor those trees. And what we do is when they sponsor those trees, they actually come in and decorate those trees and put bells and all of the fixings on the trees that just make it really worthwhile. And from that point, we take those trees, and for the families that qualify for support for the Salvation Army, we take those trees of those less needy families, and we give those trees to those families. We also take the presents of those trees and we give those presents to the trees to the family and family as well. And so for over 30 years, we've coordinated and partnered with UPS to come in and take those trees and presents and deliver them. And just this past Sunday, that just happened. We had our UPS partnership exploited. They came in, grabbed those trees, those presents, and they sent them out to those families. And we was able to sell 38 trees this year, which is phenomenal. And that's 38 different families, 38 different households that those trees went to. We serving this year over 300 families. Tons of kids that's going to benefit from your charitable contributions, and we're having fun with it. We definitely are having fun with our Spruce Up a Life Angel Tree program this year. We want you to be a part of that. Some of the other things that creates an opportunity for around a community, you'll see our bells. Our bell ringers, that when you hear that bell, that means that when you deposit your money, your funds into our operations, that is going directly towards this community. And so when you hear those bells, you can rest for sure that any contributions that's coming into those kettles, those red kettles, just much like what you see here, is going straight into our community, and it's overwhelmingly joyful that we're able to do that for our community. I wanted to share with you during these times, you may have some issues with Mother Nature may strike, and we never know what's in the plans for it. But I want to let you know that the Salvation Army is ready. We have a disaster canteen ready and on standby all the time. When we have power outages or freezes, our canteen spins up and we go out into the community to serve hot meals and warm and give out teddy bears to kids that is in need. So be on the lookout. Know who to call when you actually going through that process too as well. One of the last things I wanted to leave you with is we have a really big heart at the Salvation Army and a really big ask and a really big need. I can't ask you enough to open your hearts up during these holiday seasons. Be vigilant about what's around you at all the time. The number to call is 580-237-1910. Again, 580-237-1910. When in doubt, if you want to give, you want to donate, call that number. If you want to find out what's going on in our local community, we have resources in our operations that'll help you thrive and survive throughout these holiday seasons. Be vigilant in this time of cold weather here today, and I want to encourage you guys to continue to support us. I thank you guys as your chairman, and I want to say a big many heart thanks. If you want to serve, get in contact with me. Call that number, get in contact with me. I'm not hard to find. You guys can always join my team. We have a few board spots that's open if you want to really make an impact and join this team to do that. But get in contact with me. Get in contact with our major, John Edmonds there, and our fantastic team of rock stars at the Salvation Army. We look forward to hearing from you. We look forward to meeting you. We look forward to having a conversation with you. We look forward to showing Christ inside of our heart to you in our community. So I want to say thank you guys out there. I love you guys. Again, my name is Demetrius Office. I'm the advisory board chairman for the Salvation Army. I really appreciate you guys. Stay warm in these holidays, this holiday season, and share as much love as you possibly can as we go forth into 2019. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Blake Recknagel, and I'm with Gaslight Theater. I'm one of the instructors with Gaslight Kids Drama Camp, and you can find us on Facebook or at gaslighttheater.org. Check us out on Community Talk.
Hi, and welcome to Community Talk. I'm Dan Schiedel, the Executive Director of the United Way of Enid in Northwest Oklahoma. It's good to be here with John Gray, who is our coordinator for the Coach Kid program in our elementary and middle schools. So, John, welcome to the program, as usual. You've been on this program before. It's always good to have you here. Let's first of all tell the audience a little bit about Coach Kid, because I know that many of the folks have probably heard about Coach Kid, but there's probably plenty of them out there that haven't really, they don't know much about it. So
it's very interesting. When I do go on presentations, I always have a few people that say, hey, you know, I didn't know Enid had a mentoring program like that. So we're in an interesting position here with Coach Kid. We're in our 4th year, and it's a mentoring program where mentors spend half an hour to an hour with students to try to bolster their English and math as well as social skills.
And they do this at the schools, right?
Yes.
Elementary and middle schools.
They do this at the elementary schools, and now for the first time this year, the middle schools.
Right.
And it's a way for people in our community, whether they have a blue-collar job or a white-collar job or a doctorate degree or
any kind of job,
any kind of job, to give back and to help our youth, because our youth today, they're experiencing a lot of difficulties that we didn't even have to think about as students. And so it's a way for our kids to be seen and heard and get some additional help that they may that they may have.
Yeah, and, you know, that's one of the things that I'd heard just the other day at Rotary. Dr. Raul Font came up from Oklahoma City, and he's the executive director of the Latino Community Development Agency. And he said the very same thing. He said, what the struggles are in the schools right now are the kids that are struggling, having a hard time with some of the content, some of the working in the environment, the kids that they work with. I mean, it's difficult for them. And he said, that's exactly what you need in the schools is a mentoring program. You need somebody that will take time out and spend time with the kids that have a positive role model. Not that the teachers already don't do that, they do, but one-on-one is what makes a big difference. So.
It's, you know, if our teachers have 25 students, it's just mathematically impossible for them to spend 15, 20 minutes per child. And that's just the reality. And because of that, some of our kids fall through the cracks, and some of our kids don't necessarily feel that people care. They know their parents love them. They know their grandparent or their sisters or brothers love them, but it's different when someone else takes an interest. It seems
they respond differently.
And it seems that interaction tends to be more impactful.
Well, one of the things that we want everyone to know is that there's help out there. We can provide that through the Coach Kid program. So we just need to know where can they go to get information, how can they maybe sign up their child, or how they might be able to become a mentor to a child in one of our elementary or middle schools.
Right. Well, they can contact me at the United Way. They can also, as we are officially in every school except the high schools, they could talk to the counselors and say, hey, I heard about this Coach a Kid program. I'd like to have my son or daughter enrolled. If they don't have applications on hand, then I email an electronic application. And then the parent has that, fills it out, and gives it to the counselor or the teacher. The teacher then takes that information plus the little fact sheet. When I say fact sheet, I mean maybe little Susie or little Billy likes
Peanuts.
Peanuts or the book or movie Diary of a Wimpy Kid,
Okay, all
or
right,
what their
gotcha.
interests are. So then the mentor can go in and have a little information about who this person is as a person, which is a really good thing, because it's not like,
Oh, it's kind of an icebreaker too.
right, it's an
so that-
icebreaker, and it's like, oh my goodness, I have to do more math, or I have to do more reading.
And the great thing about it is free.
Right.
It's free, and
Exactly.
it is a great benefit to your child. And anyone who mentors a child, I'm telling you, you get more out of it than
absolutely.
you think you're sewing into it.
Absolutely,
yes,
absolutely.
We just need more mentors.
Fortunately, we were able to segue into the middle schools. And there were quite a few mentors that said, whether you guys are in the middle schools or not, we're still going to keep working with our kids. So that shows that there is a very strong involvement and commitment from our current mentors. But we need more mentors.
Yeah. So tell me, what is the ratio? Are there more boys or more girls in the program?
It's about even.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, that's
it's
interesting.
about even.
Okay.
Not 100%. It's so it's I would say we're somewhere like 60-40.
Okay.
And we have a number of outstanding female mentors, and statistically speaking, with some of that population and the realities of our incarceration rate, for our female students to be able to see professional female students, professional women, or women who have gone to college and have been maybe homemakers who want to give back.
Great role modeling.
Outstanding role models.
Yeah,
Outstanding role models. I am so grateful for everyone that is a mentor.
So tell us a little bit about the vertical program.
Okay, well, the vertical program is with Making a Difference, and this is an after-school program with at Longfellow. And so I had a conversation with the director of that program and said, hey, is there any way that we can partner up? Well, not only did we think it was a good idea to partner up, but we have additional 50 children. Now, it's not a one-on-one, it's a group to some people might say many, but the benefit of that is this. Our mentors who go into schools, it's once a week, 30 minutes. In the after-school program, it's 5 days a week, and we have our power hour.
Oh, wow.
Where we do English, math, reading for comprehension, and we work on some of the social skills. If a child is feeling maybe a little aggressive because something may have happened during the day, we try to give them a voice, meaning give them words with which to speak, so as to de-escalate the situation.
Instead of actions.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And so kids are starting to think.
Part of the response.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, this upset me when you said this, as opposed to doing something else.
So how many kids are per, I guess, mentor, would you say?
Well, in
small groups.
In that program, there's 7 adults there. And so this works out to about 6 or 7
per adult.
right.
Okay.
Right. And
Well, that's good.
so
That's smaller groups.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And so we also have volunteers from NOC. We also have some volunteers from Enid High School that come in, and now Milhan Carbon, who is Marshallese, he's going to be working there as well.
Marshallese kids.
Exactly, to help with the Marshallese. So we're trying to incorporate enough people that looks like everyone else, so a child might not think, well, there's no one that looks like me. How are you going to help me? So we kind of address it that way.
So what about Latino, Hispanic community? Do we have kids that are, because what I heard the other day is that we have more Hispanic and Latino children in the schools. So do we have more of those kids that are involved with the program?
Unfortunately, I'd have to say no.
Oh, okay.
We
need to work on that.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that we can't have them. One of our mentors is multilingual. and one of the languages she speaks. As a matter of fact, she is our first mentor in the middle schools. She also speaks Spanish and has done translations as well. So hopefully we'll be able to bridge that gap and get more of our Latino population involved in Coach Kid.
Good. Well, we only have a few minutes left, John. I mean, this always goes so fast, especially when you have like exciting things to talk about. Talk a little bit about the new partnership with Autry Tech.
Oh,
that is just phenomenal. This is
the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
Autry Tech was gracious enough to pay for our STEM kits. And
or otherwise technology toolkits.
Exactly, technology toolkits. And what that's going to mean, exactly, what that's going to mean is well, we put in for engineering and robotics and drones and all of these other technologies, as well as electricity and some coding. What that's
so there'll be circuitry and things like that they'll learn.
Exactly. Yeah. And so what that's going to do is if we have a third grader, for example, and this third grader loves robotics, and this third grader gets that through the 6th grade, through the 7th grade, through the 8th grade. I'm sure by that time we'll be in the high schools. Yeah. So you're talking about a student in classroom. By the time, if they choose to go to Autry Tech or a 4-year college, they're going to have 13 years hands-on classroom experience
with technology.
Technology.
Yeah, and the cool thing about these technology toolkits are that we're going to have different ones in each of the elementary schools and the middle schools, right?
Yes.
And so it's going to be different ones, and then they'll rotate out. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay.
Well, what we discussed with Autry is actually what they suggested to us. I wish I could take credit for it, but I can't. That as they oversee other school districts, what we use this year
can transfer over.
They'll transfer to another school district, and we'll get new technology toolkits.
So that can advance the kids as well with different types of technology toolkits.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
Not only that, but it'll give us the ability to see which ones work and which ones might not work so well. So it's really like a
we're kind of in the testing.
Yeah, in the testing.
Phase,
Exactly, in the pre-testing phase. So for as far as I'm concerned, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
And the other great thing about Autry Tech is that they have a certain student body that they will be made available to become mentors. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have a presentation there to talk to some of the student body to
that'd be great.
Suggest. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Now you have someone that's technologically sound, teaching a young mind how to work this, and it's
I mean,
I can't wait.
That's a great way of matching up mentors and young students.
Right.
Those that are still learning technology with those that are in the early stages of learning technology.
And
so that they can apply it to their lives and careers in their future.
And stay here in Enid as opposed to going somewhere else in the country.
Yeah, I heard a statistic. It was like 60% of the jobs that are in Oklahoma are going to take more than a high school degree. It's going to take at least another 2 years or 4 years of college to fill those roles. And I think 37% of the jobs that are available in Oklahoma are going to take that 4-year degree or more. So those are some critical numbers that we're really trying to target, as well as working with our Human Service Alliance Education Subcommittee and addressing the graduation rate. And then the one thing I just want to say that we haven't mentioned is that our friends at Autry Tech, Brady McCullough and Mandy Mayberry, if it wouldn't have been for them, we wouldn't have these kits in there and get these kids.
We wouldn't even be talking about this right now.
So that's really exciting. Well, the Coach Kid program, it's mentoring, it's mentees. We need to hear from you. If you want your children to be involved with that, one-on-one mentoring, let us know. Give us a call at United Way. Talk to John Gray, who's our Coach Kid coordinator. The number there is 580-237-0821. You can also find the application on our website, right?
Yes.
So go to unitedwayenid.org And you can find the application, just look underneath one of the programs, and you'll see Coach a Kid on there. And they can fill out that form, and they can either email it to you or fax it in,
Email
right?
it, fax it,
Yeah.
mail it,
Yeah.
call me up, I'll come pick it up.
Yeah. So we really need more mentors, and we definitely want more students
Right.
involved, because this is a win-win. It really is. I mean, just from what we've seen so far, some of the kids that have turned their lives around, changed their grades from D's and F's to A's and B's, and have a completely different socialization
Right.
behaviors in
Right.
the classroom. Right?
You know what? I had one student come to me yesterday and said, hey, how old do you have to be a mentor? This kid is in the 6th grade.
That's great. That is awesome.
So he's already thinking of this.
Yeah, that's great.
and that's just, you know, we say plus all the time, but
Yeah.
it just is.
Gotcha. Well, thank you so much, John. Appreciate you. Appreciate all you do. And just please consider being a part of the Coach Kid program, mentoring program. Give us a call. Again, the number is 237-0821. Or again, go to our website at unitedwayenid.org and get online and just fill out that form, send it in to John, and we'll get you connected. We're doing training. When's the training for the technology
The
kits?
training is going to be in January. And it's going to comprise of 1 week. And we have 4 different time slots. So if a person is at work and they can't get to it until later in the day, we'll be able to help them with that as well.
So we'll be also training the mentors to help the mentees, right?
Correct.
Great. All right. Well, thanks again. Stay with us. I'm sure more great programming is on its way.
Hi, I'm Julie Nelson with Hospice Circle of Love. We're a not-for-profit organization that helps terminally ill patients and their families. And we're at 314 South 3rd. Our website is hospicecircleoflove.com. Be watching for us on upcoming segments of Community Talk.